Well, good evening, everybody in Facebook world. Good evening, everybody in YouTube world. Good evening to everybody in A Woman Who Knows Her Worth. Good evening to you all across the globe. It is an exciting day and not one that I will intrude in on a long term, if you would. I'm jumping in because I want to share something amazing with you. I'm jumping in at a time that you wouldn't even expect, but I'm jumping in with something so exciting. And this is not going to be the last time that you're going to hear me talk about this over the course of the next 24 to 48 hours. So good evening, everybody. I'm not going to wait too long, but if you don't mind, when you come in, can you just say hello? And I'm asking you all to do me a really huge favor. Can you all share this tonight? Can you all share this wherever you are in the world, wherever you're tuning in from, be it A Woman Who Knows Her Worth, be it on my personal Facebook page, be it on my YouTube channel, or in any of the social media, any of the platforms? Can you all do me a huge favor and share this, because I want to make sure that as many people that can will hear this. I promise you're going to see me again in the morning. You're going to see me again in the afternoon tomorrow. You're going to see me. It is something that I want to make sure that it gets shared around the globe. So when you come in, can you at least say hello so that I know that you're on? My stuff is set up a little bit different. I don't see things like I used to see it, but I'm excited that I'm still able to connect with you in some form and in some fashion. So make sure you all are sharing. I see some people commenting, share, and I am with them. Make sure you share. Send up lots of hearts, send up lots of thumbs, send up all the love that you can, because of course that causes it to reach out and to get more attention, and it causes it to get more FaceTime with people on Facebook and all across the different platforms. So good evening, everybody. Good evening to you. I won't be on here long, I promise you. I just want to take this opportunity to share something with you that I am so very excited about. Something that I am so very, very honored, humbled, and very proud to say that I was a part of. And I want to give you an opportunity to be a part of this amazing experience with me. And so while you all are coming on, while you all are sharing, while you all are loving, while you all are liking, please also make sure you don't forget to say, hey, good evening, everybody. Hey, Ariana. Hello, Miss Paula. Hey, Ashley. Minister Kim. Hello, Christina. Miss Wanda. Good evening, everybody, wherever you are in the world. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. I'm so glad that you took the time to pop by this now live or on the replay for something extra special. Let me go ahead and jump in, because I know within the first couple of minutes, while you have someone's attention, you need to tell them what you are expecting or what you're looking for. So tomorrow is a very extra special day on the calendar. I know for many of you all, you're like, well, it is just April the 20th. Yes. While it may just be April the 20th for you, it is absolutely an amazing day for some special people that walk the earth. Tomorrow is launch day. Somebody just put launch day, Launch. It is launch day. Yes, it is. It is launch day. It is the day that these beautiful women from around the nation, can I tell you that part? These people are from around the nation that have decided to put their piece, their voice, their story in a book that they are sharing with the rest of the world. They have worked so very hard. It actually started last year, the end of last year, when I happened to just throw it out there. It was on my heart. The Lord had been sharing it with me. And oh my gosh, I tried to avoid it, as we always try to do with some of the things that the Lord tells us to do. But it continuously rested on my heart. And the longer it rested on my heart, the longer that I felt the yearning and the desire to fulfill and to seek after what the Lord was showing me. And I put it out there, and over 60 women. I was so blown away by how many people are out there ready to tell their story. They're out there ready to share with the world something that they've held close to their heart or that they've kept closed away. They were ready to share with the world something extra special that they have either been through and have overcome, are presently going through. It was just so many different things that it represented, and it was so many at the time. And after much prayer and work and this and that, we, at the end of the day, there were 20 altogether. Well, I'll just be honest, 19, because that other lady, we're not worried about her. We're talking about these 19 amazing women that have made the purposed, intentional move to share with the world their story. Now, let's just keep it 100. There are some people out there that are saying right now, while you're listening to me, if I still have your attention, oh my God, what's the story? Yeah, you're going to have some people like that, right? You already know they exist. If you never even put it in a book, you already know there are some people out there that is just waiting and ready to peek in your curtain. Can I say it like that? But the blessing here is that these women didn't think about anything that could have hindered them from making this move. Oh, there's so many different reasons that they could have said no, but despite what came up against them, they continued to say yes. And I am so honored. I am elated that they allowed me to be able to help to bring this piece in their journey to pass. So tomorrow is launch day. It is launch day. When I tell you that the Lord's hand has truly been on this, the Lord has shown constant favor during this time, from the end of last year up to this very moment today. The Lord has truly shown his hand. He's truly favored this project from beginning through the middle up until what we would call not necessarily the end, but the end of a chapter to enter into an even greater part of our story. And so tomorrow, come on, tomorrow, somebody say midnight. Come on, midnight. I know that this is right in the middle of the night and it's awkward and it's not through the channel the way I used to and all the above. So I'm hoping and praying that you all will help me to get this to the people, because I'm not logged in. And listen, I'm believing God that this even is going to change and things are going to turn around where this is concerned, because I understand why the enemy is doing what the enemy is. Listen, it was already clear last month when the stuff started, and now it's okay, because it's leading all into a greater place. It's leading for an all of a greater glory, right? But at midnight tonight, come on, midnight, I'm talking to you who sit up late at night. I'm talking to you who are just looking for a reason to be up tonight to do something amazing. You who wants to help. I didn't want it to come out like, when you say things, you're like, oh, you're making a plea or something. No, I want you to hear my heart really where I'm speaking concerning this. This is a dream come true for some, and I'm going to use me for an example. I have had the pleasure of authoring books. I never thought that I would be an author of a book. Never. I initially, for those that may not know, you really may not, because I don't really think I shared it all. My very, very first book that I was a part of was an anthology, and it was called Girl, Get Up and Win. It was like 40 of us. One was a husband and wife team, and we all had an opportunity to put our own piece into a book. At the time that I did that, I believe I did it because I felt the desire to be a part, but I didn't have the full courage to go forward, I would say, in writing one on my own. And can I be honest? It was a lot. It took a lot of courage to write in the anthology. But if I can be honest, can I be honest with you? I was hoping that my pages would blend or be overshadowed by everybody else's. Have you ever done something that you know the Lord has called you to do, but you're hoping, let's just be honest, in this particular instance, we're hoping that God will change his mind? You pick somebody else. I'm only talking about me, but I know there's somebody else that'll be honest, that there are some things that the Lord has called me to do that I've been absolutely petrified. And the very thought of it made me nauseous to my stomach, because in my own rational mind, I could not see it happening. I did not see it coming together. I did not see where I even qualified, or and there were times that you're hoping that it'll just pass you by, or God will change his mind. We don't ever want him to change his mind when it comes to blessing us, right? But how many of us realize, even if you don't want to just acknowledge the fact, how many of you realize that the blessings that God has set up for you is also wrapped into the places that are sometimes the most uncomfortable to you? The biggest blessings that God has for you is wrapped up within some of the very places and situations that are the most uncomfortable to you. No, God couldn't have possibly called me to do that, as if God doesn't already know who you are. No, there's no possible way that God would call me to share that, as if God has not already graced what it is that he's about to have you release. These women, against all odds, and I'm not just talking about being in the book, I'm talking about the stories, the moments in time, the situations that they persevered and pressed through and overcame, all for a time such as this, so that they could stand here today after the dust settles, after the smoke clears, when all is said and done, they're standing tall and they're standing proud, able to say, I did not fail. That what came to take me out, it missed. That the plot, plan, and scheme of the enemy was thwarted once again, because the Lord's purpose prevailed. I am so proud of these women. I am so excited for the journey that this chapter, this piece will bring to the rest of their lives. And I want you all to join me, not only just sharing this tonight, promise me you'll share it, but not only do I want you to share it tonight, but I want you all to join me in purchasing at midnight tonight. Now, you may not catch it at midnight because you might be asleep, but when you get up at 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, listen, we're going to talk about it all day long. I want you to join me in helping this to be a #1 bestseller. We already have things set in place. The cost of the book, you listening? You ready? It's only $2.99. The e-version goes live and it's only $2.99. $2.99. That's it, $2.99. Listen, you can't even go to Wendy's anymore to just do $2.99. I know what I'm talking about, because I try to get a double stack with cheese. I don't eat beef anymore, but I do remember the last time I tried to get a double stack with cheese, it was like $2.69. So when you go to start adding in the taxes, it brings you up to about that $2.99. And I'm telling you that burger is not going to satisfy you like this book of what I love to call a book of all seasons. This book is a book of all seasons. Thank you. Thank you for the congratulations in advance. I'm congratulating these women in advance on becoming #1. There are tons of people that said on Monday that they have read the books that I have published. And so I'm saying that to say, if you trust the literary work of Hope Publishing, then I want you to trust this. If you believed in the literary works of Hope Publishing, this is one that I don't want you to miss having on your shelves. The e-version goes live at midnight tonight. I want you to call Lottie. I want you to call Dottie. And I want you to call everybody. You hear me? I want you to call Lottie. I want you to call Dottie. And I want you to call everybody. I want you to text. I want you to tweet. I want you to Instagram. What is it? DM. I want you to inbox. I want you to email. Come on, tell them again, Ariana. Everybody. Yeah. I want you to let everybody know that this is taking place, that this is happening, and it's going down for us to go up at midnight tonight. I am excited about watching it just climb the charts. $2.99. And it's a book of all seasons. That is the e-version. And above all, if you're excited about the hard copy, who on here that's watching says, I'm going somewhere on May the 20th? Who's going somewhere on May the 20th? I know I'm going to be somewhere in the city of Norfolk at the DoubleTree at the She Will Not Fail celebration luncheon. These authors, Not only will they be there to sell hard copies, signed hard copies, but if by chance you're not able to make it there, you can reach out to every one of the authors and you're able to get your own signed copy. That's another benefit of getting the e-version, because you'll get to get all of the information of every single one of the authors, and you'll be able to purchase a hard copy from them. You'll also be able to connect with them. You'll be able to see some of the additional things that they're doing besides becoming authors. Some of these people, this is their very first time. Come on, you know what it means to be the first one, to deal with the first one, the power that's behind number one. And I want us to make this first time the best time. I want this to be a life-changing time. For me, I'm gonna be honest, when I was reading and going through and putting together, even when I opened up the proof out of the box, it was something about this time for even me that felt different than any of the other times. And this will be book number 7 for me, but it's my first anthology. It was my first time being entrusted with some work. It was my first time, to be honest, when God put on my heart about doing my own publishing. I didn't realize at the time that this would be an open door for me to be able to be a blessing to some other people, because all of the books that I published on my own. I published them. I did research. I reached out to certain people that didn't mind working with me, and so on and so forth. The rest is history. But I didn't realize that the information that I was obtaining, that the things that I was learning and the steps that I was going through was going to lead to a time where I'd be able to help others come into realizing their literary dreams. And I want you all to help me to make this an amazing, I want this to be an experience even far greater. They've already said that this has already been something way, way better, far greater than they anticipated. And I want you to help me to take it even higher. I want you to help me shoot it through the moon. So will you do me that favor? Thank you all for the hearts. Thank you all for the thumbs. Thank you all for the love, because it's keeping it rotating while we're talking, so that someone that will watch this will hear what we're talking about. Tonight at midnight, She Will Not Fail, I Am She, goes live on Amazon. All you have to do is put She Will Not Fail, Kindle edition. Kindle edition. She Will Not Fail, Kindle edition. And it will pop right up. I've already tested and seen what it looks like, because I got a chance to preview it. So I know what you need to put, and I know what it looks like, and you will not miss it. This is the cover of the book. This is the cover right here. She Will Not Fail, I Am She. You will not be disappointed. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. This is truly a book of all seasons. This is a book that will speak to you in areas. Listen, you may not even have gone through what they've been through, but the way that they intertwine things like lessons and journaling moments, the things that they put in here that ties back into the scripture. I'm telling you, these ladies put everything in this book. Some of the things that they put in here, opening it up right now, I opened it right up to a page. That's a journaling moment. So it's not only just a book to read, but it's also a book for you to put your own thoughts and your own reflection within. One of the chapters in here, I have to tell you, I love all of the chapters, but one of the titles that catches me every time is I Was Happy Until You Said It Was His Child. I was happy until you said it was his child. If that doesn't already pique your interest, I promise you what you already are imagining and envisioning is probably that and then some. And the strength of each woman in this, when I say the strength, I'm not just talking about the overcoming, but I'm talking about the strength to even tell that. Can I say it like that? It's different when you tell your part and you tell your piece and you tell it only to this one and you tell it only to that one. But to just be totally transparent, honest, and true, and then to put it blindly, if you would, into a book, to never know whose hand it will go within, to know whose home it'll go in, to know whose eyes will see it, that takes a great deal of strength. And I know as they were writing, it couldn't have possibly been easy. If anything, it's been times where I have written things and I backed it out. and I wrote something and I backed it out. And it's like every time I tried to take it out, I would be put it back in, say that, go this. And I can only imagine with what I read, the things that it took them to go through emotionally, internally, to be able to release. But I can also promise you that there was delivery in this. And while they were delivering and being set free, I promise you it will do the same for you. So listen, at midnight, I popped. I did. At midnight tonight, what are we going to be doing? We are going to be logging into Amazon to already put She Will Not Fail on the map. I want you to do me a favor, honestly. I want you to support. It's e-version. It's $2.99. It is the pre-order. So what you're actually getting the benefit of is a book that will, at the later time, be a different price. You're getting the benefit of being able to get the first dibs at this, because when it officially launches, it'll come to you first. What you're getting the opportunity is access to the authors, to be able to acquire the hard copies from them, personally signed, deliverable to your address. It is giving you an opportunity to not only have it in hardcover, but to also be able to carry it around with you in e-print, so that whenever you need to pick it up, no matter the version of the device, you'll have it right there in your hands. It is a moment where you will always be able to open up a page and find something in here. When the chapter was written, and I won't tell who wrote it, but the title of it was Talitha Kumai, or Talitha Kumai. We know of that to be from the book in Mark, chapter number 5, when the young lady that had the issue of blood was the interruption to the original trip that Jesus was going on with the man of God to go to his daughter. And the Bible says that while they thought the daughter was dead, really the Lord said she was sleeping. And at the pronouncement of a word, she rose. He spoke, "Daughter, arise." And at the pronouncement of the word, she rose up. Can I tell you that while the author was writing in the book, as she was writing throughout the lines of each thing that she shared, she continuously pronounced the same phrase, "Daughter, arise." She continuously said, "Talitha Kumai," "Daughter, arise." "Talitha Kumai," "Daughter, arise." "Talitha Kumai," health issues, "Talitha." I could keep going, but this is not my moment to preach that, but I wish somebody would receive it. And I'm not just making it gender specific, but tonight, because we are talking to she, can I talk to you who's looking at me, that it is your time, daughter, to arise out of the ashes. God says, "I'll give you beauty." He says, "Out of your place of mourning, I'll give you joy." He said, "Out of your place of low," he said, "I will raise you to heights never anticipated, never expected, for you to never ever have to turn around again." As she wrote, she continuously professed, "Daughter, arise." Listen, I don't know about you, but it feels real good to me to hear the Lord say unto me, even through the pages, "Daughter, now is your time to get up." I see somebody saying, "I receive it." Listen, I don't know about you, but I receive it too. Every time I read it to proofread it, every time I read it to format it, I had to take a pause and say, "God, I receive it." That even as I'm putting this together in the areas in my own life, God calls me to get back up. Even when I went through all that I went through that blocked me and that is still burdening me and is still hindering me, but I'm still fighting, because I promise you that will not be the ending of my story. It's my time to arise. And every other attack that came along the way was only an indication that we're definitely going the right way and that this is elevation time. You can't possibly expect to elevate without there being some type of thing to come to pull you back down. But when you're just that sound and sure that this is my moment to get up, I'm saying that to say that this is a book of all seasons. Maybe yours is not hers, but I promise you there's something that will speak to the fact that it's your time to rise. I promise you this book is a book of all seasons. I don't care if you're in winter, spring, summer, or fall. It is a book of all seasons. And just in case you are not certain and sure about who God is calling you to be and what he's calling you to do, when you happen across the chapter, purpose, pain, perseverance, and the promises of God, It'll be just the reminder that you need. And I promise you, for me, I've already looked at it a few times, especially when I was going through some things, because I just wanted to be reminded the fact of the promises of God. When I had a health challenge just the other day, even today, not feeling the very best as I'm speaking to you right now, I opened up to the chapter when she spoke about the stroke that she was having, when all she did that day was get up just to go out to the store. I'm telling you, you don't want to miss what this book has to say. And let me tell you one of also my favorite parts. I can't help it. I cannot help it. Maybe I'm biased, but did y'all hear word on the street that my mom is in the book? Come on, as a daughter, and I'm sure I could speak if I was to not necessarily do it by gender, but if I was to say for a son or a daughter, how, I don't know the word yet, it is to be able to look at something that you've put together. My mom is, let me say it in the right order. My mom will get me to a place where I just want to say, ah, that is the truth. But when I tell you my mom is my biggest supporter, my biggest cheerleader, absolutely the best friend that I could ever have asked for. I don't care how many best friends, close friends, sisters and brothers, my mom, she is that cherry on a really good sundae that you just, well, I'm not the cherry girl, but I'm the sprinkle girl. She's the sprinkles on this family. We good as the scoops, but we still not as good until she's that sprinkle on top. My mom is the best. And I'm so grateful that cancer didn't take her out. I'm so grateful that diabetes didn't take her out. I'm so grateful when I happened to take her into the ER one day that when they looked at me and said, I have no clue how she's walking around, that didn't even take her out. The quadruple bypass, those things did not take her out. That when I get up in the morning, I have the pleasure of walking downstairs and looking at my light bright downstairs. I love it. She is the light in the morning before I even flip a switch. And she is the best face amongst my sons and my daughters that I get to hug and kiss on before I get to say goodnight. And I'm saying all of that good stuff to say, can you imagine how it feels to have your own mom believe in something so much that something that she has not done, she makes a decision to finally do. That she shared wisdom. She didn't just share, she shared wisdom. She shared words that on the paper didn't have to be so lengthy to be so powerful. She shared words not to the general, but she spoke in such a way that makes you feel she's speaking directly to you. And it was an honor to sit and ghostwrite as she spoke. It was an honor to be able to help put into alignment or agreement what it was that her heart was trying to say. It was a joy to watch her pull out this notepad that she didn't think I saw her walking around with, putting all these thoughts down because they were just coming to her and she couldn't even get them all together until it was just this big, long piece of paper. And it was so much fun to sit at my desk and we sat and we worked together. That speaks volumes to, I would say, probably far greater than she comes to my sermons and all that. But this here, and I'm saying that to say, that's the reminder that someone that's going to read it even needs to know that there is someone that doesn't even have to know your name, but because she understands her place in this season. That's why I said it's a book of all seasons. She understands that her season is not just wisdom for me, or maybe just wisdom for my son, but that she understands that she possesses wisdom that she can speak into the hearts that's wherever they are in the world. to actually do something that I would never have. My mom doesn't like to talk like that. She does talk, but I guess she passed the baton to me. And believe it or not, I'm handing it over to my kid as she's blooming into this person that I don't even know in college. But I'm saying that to say she stepped outside of herself. She doesn't take pictures. See that picture right there? That's my mom. Everything that I would never, if you had asked me, she did. And that in itself alone, I could just keep going on and on and on. I could keep going on and on and on. I thank Bishop R.C. Blakes. To those of you all that know Bishop R.C. Blakes, he is the voice and the father of the father-daughter talk. He is the visionary of the Queenology movement. He is the man of God that you see on your screen that gets up and has purposed in alignment with the vision God has given him for his life to speak to the hearts, minds of women around the world. He speaks daily to countries, to women in countries. When I went to him, because I was not going to ask him at first, but the Lord told me to ask him. And when I did, he looked at me, he said, you already know the answer. To know that he took the time to receive the heart of this book and to decide to do the foreword. He did the foreword of the book. He actually collected the heart, if you would, of each author and then compiled his foreword for the beginning of the book. I just want to tell you all, this is a book that's for you. I know that you all have so many other options out there, and I take nothing away from them. But what I am speaking with a stamp of guarantee that this book is for you. So I want you all to get your coins ready. Yes, please. And I want you all, it's $2.99 e-version. Come on. You all are setting yourself in a position to not only be the first partakers of it when it launches, but you're also putting yourself in a position to have something that you can carry with you always. And then you also have the access to the authors where you're going to be able to purchase the hard copies. Sure, we're going to offer those hard copies on Amazon, but can I tell you the truth? Come close and I'm out of here with this. I didn't make that such the focus because I wanted each of these authors to be able to have that experience where they get to sell copies of their book themselves. Sure, we can get it from Amazon. Yes, I'm at some point that the hard copy will be on Amazon. But I know that feeling to be able to personally sign books and to be able to put them in the mail. And that's our version of putting them in people's hands, or to personally put them in people's hands, to put them in your purse and go somewhere and be able to bless somebody. They deserve that. They deserve every good thing that comes with this. They deserve it. And I want you all to believe that with me for them. Okay? I want them to experience every single thing. I want them to experience sold out. I want them to experience being able to have a book signing. I want them to experience being able to bless somebody. I want them to experience, hey, I read your book and I wanted to say thank you for chapter. I want them to experience that and more. And I'm asking you, I want you to help me make that happen for them. Now, lastly, of course, I got so much more I could say, but I'm out of here. But I want to put on here that the very last chapter in the book says failure is not an option. That's simple. I couldn't help but put that as the last chapter, even as I read through it and the editing that was done. That was just the perfect piece to the book. But in that, there was a couple of stories that led towards that portion that talked about soaring beyond your pain. And then it just so happened, it wasn't on purpose, but it just so happens the very next chapter is, so after soaring beyond your pain, the next chapter says, there was purpose in my pain. Both chapters together simultaneously spoke the same thing. They are nowhere near each other as far as the proximity. These are women that don't even know each other, but the hearts of these women became knitted throughout this whole entire project without them even realizing that it was happening. They became each other's safe space without even knowing it was happening. And I just want you all to help me to celebrate what they have built together. Yes, I say a little something at the end. But as I told them the whole time, this is about you. And I want to do everything I can to make this what God intended for it to be. And that's why I'm up here to say, this won't be the last time you'll see my face. I'm going to be talking about this again all day tomorrow, all day. But I want you all to get ready tonight. So can you all prepare by sharing this with me? Please share this, share. If you haven't shared it, share. You may have commented some names. That's great. But I also want you to hit that little arrow. So that way, if there's a name you forgot that's connected to you, they'll happen across this live to see that we're talking about the launch day tomorrow at midnight tonight. Here's the bonus. It's available at midnight tonight, East Coast time, which means West Coast, you get it early. You don't have to wait till midnight your time. That allows you to be able to get it right then. Men, I don't want you to feel left out. Please don't feel left out. Oh, Bishop Witcher, men, don't feel left out. Please don't feel left out. This is your opportunity to seed into the lives of women that I know you encounter. Those that are in your family, those that are in your ministries, those that are at your business, those that are at your job, those that you see at the grocery. This is an opportunity for you to put a seed in somebody's hand. The e-version is only $2.99. Here's the bonus. You can buy it and have it sent to somebody else's email address. Hello? Sounds like a good Mother's Day gift to me. Huh? It does not matter what version you have. It could be a cell phone, tablet, Kindle, you name it, you can have it. You can even put it on a laptop. You can put it on a desktop. You name it, you can have it. And you can buy it and be a blessing into somebody else's life. Yeah. So men, you're not left out. Men, you're included too. This is your opportunity to make this happen. Yes. Make this happen for the women in the earth. Make this happen for someone that you know that could stand to have a seed in their hand to remind them failure is not enough. You will not fail. You, he or she will not fail. Don't forget that she is you. That's why it says she will not fail. I am she. I am she too. She will not fail doesn't just speak to my neighbor, but it speaks to me too. Come on. As we get off here tonight, just begin to declare it speaks to me too. Well, God bless you all. Thank you all so much for loving us the way that you do in advance by going to make sure that you take care of purchasing this tomorrow, midnight. But we also want to thank you for loving us and praying us through this process. Thank you for the times. I don't know about you, but I know in my house, there were some nights that people tried to go to bed, but because I was still up, I know they didn't fully rest until I went to bed. I'm thankful for the people that have been with us when we cried through these pages, when we were pacing and deciding if we were still going to do it. I want to thank all of the women that made the intention to be a part of it. Even though things may have come that may have caused it to not happen at this time, the intention that you wanted to is just the signifier that it's time for you to. Maybe it wasn't time then, but the door is open for you at any point. God is just looking for you to walk through. I thank you all. And I thank you all so much again for being such a big support for She Will Not Fail. All right. That's it for now. That's just for right now. Okay. That's it for right now. I want to share something to you that was shared amongst us, that while we were talking and our emailing and going through the things to prepare, one of the things that the Lord dropped in my spirit was that tomorrow is not about to happen. Tomorrow is happening now. We always speak about it'll happen tomorrow. It'll happen tomorrow. And the Lord dropped in my spirit this morning that the tomorrow that we've been hoping for, it's happening today. The funny thing is, generally, after an initial inspection of the book, it goes through one more before it goes live. And that can take up to like 3 days or so before it happens. How about it took 1 hour? 1 hour. I've never seen that happen. And I said that this will be my 7th book. That's never happened. When I hit go, it didn't just go. It really went and it was ready to go. I'm saying that to say immediately, 1 Samuel chapter number 30, verse number 8. First Samuel chapter number 30, verse number 8. Let me make sure that I'm really in the book. First Samuel chapter number 30, verse number 8. Let me just make sure that I really am in the book. It's no point to throw out stuff all willy-nilly and not really be in the book. Yeah, First Samuel chapter number 30, verse number 8. Oh, I'm in the book. The Bible says it like this. And David inquired of the Lord, shall I pursue after, right? We already know all of that. But it's the New Living Translation that I want to give you. And it says it like this. And the Lord told him, yes, go after. You will surely recover everything that was taken from you. Can I tell you one of the things, and amongst so many that I love and admire about these women, and we want to, as a, it might be me, but we want to be able to bless you, is that this is the hour that this is your all. This is your all season. I pronounced it over them, not even realizing what was going to take place, because the Lord dropped in my spirit that this is your season of all. And I want whoever this is for, we throwing it, and I hope you catch it, that this is your season of all. What does that mean, woman of God? This is your season that you shall recover all. But understand that David asked the Lord specifically something. He simply asked, will I regain the things? Will I get back my wife? The Lord told him, your answer is not just the some things, but I'm restoring everything. Glory to God. I got to go because this will turn a different direction. It wasn't just a matter of, can I get this back or can I get that back? But God says that the move that you make is not just rectifying one. It's not just bringing some. He says, but I'm doing all for you. Can I tell you that this book here may be a book to somebody else? But I believe for these women, it was a move. And in the midst of this move, they sought the Lord and said, God, shall I? God, can I? And the Lord told them, listen, this move that you're about to make is bringing you into the place of all. That this is not just a recovering of your heart. This is not just a recovering of your mind, because see, those things that they've shared on the paper has rented space in their mind. That this is not just another thing for you to get over. No, that this is your finale to that thing. This is where the conclusion of the matter comes forth. He said that this is an all concerning you. That I'm not just going to do it in one thing. I'm going to do it in everything. When I set you free, yeah, you may have been set free in that circumstance, but that freedom is going to trickle over into your life. Yeah, you may have shared this one chapter over this one thing, but the sharing of that one thing is going to trickle over into your all. And we were leaving God for you. We're not talking about a book right now. We're talking about your life, that this is your hour. We're believing God for your all. You have asked the Lord. You sought him. You prayed to him. And for some, you didn't wait around long enough for him to answer. You asked him and kept asking him. And because you felt like you didn't hear the answer at the moment you wanted to hear it, you walked away from him. You walked away from it 1 minute too soon. But can I tell you that is nothing like the come around? And I'm telling you that God is bringing it around again. Yes, he is. That some of the things that you thought you missed, God is bringing it around again. And we're believing that this is your time of all. Shall you? Oh, yeah. This is your time that God says, and you shall, and you will. You're worried about, can I? God says, yes, you can. And yes, you will. God, is it going to? God said, yes, it is. And yes, you will. This is your time of all. God bless you all. Thank you all so much for your support. Thank you so much for your support. I cannot wait to see your name next to those that purchase. I cannot wait to see some of you all next month. I'm so very excited to be able to share this time with you. It's an announcement coming, and you're a part of something that's about to make history. And I'm grateful that you're going to be a part of it. God bless you all. Have a phenomenal night across all platforms. I look forward to talking with you again tomorrow. All right, we ready? Let's make this number one. God bless you all.